Welcome to the Utah Street Banter Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Utah Street Banter. I'm Cody. Like always, with me is Elijah. What's up, man?
Not much. How you doing?
Doing good. We're like live, so that's legit.
I know.
We're big time.
Hello, everyone.
We're big time. Yeah, I mean, and next thing we're probably gonna be like ESPN or something.
Yeah,
like Pat McAfee.
Nah. That's kind of. I'm more thinking just like we're our own sports network.
Oh,
it's better than ESPN.
Right. We're
gonna buy Disney one day.
Buy Disney. Yeah. And right now it's probably not a good time. Their stock's not doing that great.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're gonna come in and rescue.
Swoop in.
It's gonna be a Utah Street Banter Floss.
Yeah. Yeah, right. We've actually had one heck of a week when it comes to the Orioles, right? We've been to a few games. You've been to two?
I've been to two. Yeah, I got to go to two, luckily.
Yeah, I went to one. We'll get into it a little bit more later. Yeah, man, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess we can go ahead and get started with our box scores. Man, it's been like an up and down kind of week for me. Like,
sure has.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. So last week on, was it Tuesday, right? The Orioles. Wednesday.
Tuesday was the rain delay.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Last week on Wednesday, the Orioles played the Blue Jays. Kyle Bradish got that start, and he went against Kikuchi.
Yusei
Kikuchi, right? He didn't do terrible. The only issue that he's having is it just seems like he's not getting very far in games.
Yeah.
Right? So, anyway, so the Orioles won 3-2. Kyle Bradish got the start against Kikuchi. Neither got the win or the loss. Danny Coulomb got the win, and Romano, the Blue Jays closer, got the loss.
Yeah, it was. I was there. It was an interesting game. I was afraid it was going to get rained out because the game before got rain delayed, canceled, and it was raining basically the whole drive up there. Luckily, it was just a little bit of drizzle. It was field trip day at Camden Yards.
Oh,
so there was
one of the oldest people.
5 million little kids running around. It was great. But the entire upper deck was filled with schools. There was I think 80, 90 schools there. It was great. They were cheering a lot. It brought energy. And once they left, the energy was gone.
Think of how many hot dogs they sold that day.
They made a mess of money. I guarantee it. But yeah, it was a good game. I mean, start off the best you can with Westberg. This is where I'll start. Bradish had a really good, efficient first inning. I think he threw maybe 10 pitches.
Right.
Which is, I mean, you say, okay, whatever. I mean, he's going against George Springer, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and I think it was Bo Bichette. I'm not 100% sure. But it's pretty good. Few people face, and he did really good. And then Kowser comes out and didn't look great the first couple pitches, or not Kowser, Westberg, sorry.
Right.
And crushes a ball near the scoreboard for a home run. And I'm sitting there, I was like, well, I guess it doesn't matter who's batting leadoff. They're going to hit a home run. But the one thing I would like to say, I know I was texting you about it before the game started. I was really happy to see that day because the Orioles offense, as we said in last podcast, was struggling.
Mm.
And we changed some stuff up. Obviously, we didn't score a lot of runs, but putting Westberg, someone who was hot at the time, at the top with Henderson struggling, it was really nice to see. And obviously, he took advantage of it.
Yeah, the problem I was really nervous about was because of the rain out. This was actually turned into a 2-game series, which really sucked because if we had lost, we'd have lost our streak. Our winning streak.
Series unswept streak.
Thank you. Yeah, whatever that's called.
But no, it was really cool, and I have a fun fact for you.
Oh, fun. It better be fun, dude.
Yeah, so Jordan Westberg, this was his first ever leadoff at bat, right?
Right.
And he hit a home run.
Okay.
He is the first Orioles player since who to do that?
Oh.
Let's just say Westberg draws a lot of player comps to this player.
J.J. Hardy.
In 2013. Not first career leadoff, first Orioles.
Okay.
Because he came over from the Milwaukee, yeah, because he was with the Twins before that. And that was his first leadoff at bat and hit a home run there too, which is interesting because I kind of see similarities in them too.
Yeah. The only difference is Westberg doesn't look like he's in pain every time he takes a step.
That is very true. Westberg can run.
Yeah. Poor Hardy, man. He'll run around the bases. He'll look rough.
It got worse towards the end of there.
Yeah.
But then it kind of just went downhill from there. We had a couple scoreless innings from Bradish, and then we had an interesting situation. We had 2 runners on and Bo Bichette up, and he crushed the ball out to right center, and Tony goes up almost against the wall, and the ball goes off of his glove and hits the ground for a double, 2 RBI double. That's the only run the Blue Jays scored all game. And he kind of got hurt on that play too. He ended up playing through it, but like right now I know he can't play the field.
Right.
And like Hyde's been coming out and talked about that. He's healthy enough to hit, but can't really run that well and stuff. So it's interesting to see. It almost kind of looked like the way he landed on it. He almost hyperextended his knee. So it's good to see that he didn't get too hurt.
Right.
But yeah, scary. I don't know. You have Cowser out there, maybe Stowers. That's call it. But we obviously we came back. You see, we won that game because yet we didn't do anything for the whole game. We were terrible in runners in scoring position. I think we had like 10 or 11 hits that game.
Yeah.
And they 7th and 8th inning both had 2 runners in scoring position and couldn't score any of them.
Yeah, very frustrating. Very frustrating game.
But it doesn't matter when you have 9th inning come up. Westberg's first batter probably should have been an out, but gets a ground ball that takes a lucky hop past Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the former Texas Ranger catcher. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Yeah, he used to catch.
You got me. I didn't know that.
Because how about this? How did he get to the Yankees? Like, I know he's on the Blue Jays now, but do you know how he get there?
No.
He got traded for Mitch Garver to the Twins, and then maybe like 2 days later got traded for Gary Sanchez, I think, to the Yankees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just know plenty of stuff. But so he took a bad hop, he got in there, and then it didn't matter anyway because Adley should have popped out. The swing was not even a great swing, I will say, but he's just too good.
But he's just
and put it onto the porch.
Yeah, thank God for Camden Yards.
Yeah. Or Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
I always like to talk about the benches there. That's a third row home run, probably.
Yeah. Yankee Stadium is like sort of like just a little bit bigger than like the Little League, Major League parks.
Yeah.
200 foot.
Yeah. But no, it was a great game to be at. Walk-offs are always fun. I don't know if I've ever seen a walk-off before in a baseball game. It was awesome.
Yeah, you have. I think you're like 6. Taylor Teagarden.
Taylor Teagarden
hit a walk-off. I remember I was with you. You were little.
Well, that's probably why I don't remember it then.
Prince Fielder was on that team. We were against the Tigers.
Yeah.
Prince Fielder was...
wow.
Man. We're going off a tangent. We'll come back.
So, the Adley walk-off, that was his 4th home run in 3 games. He's finding the power stroke from the left side. That's what I like to see. And he's just becoming what he is.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
And then luckily, we moved to the next game, which we both were at.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that game. That was Friday night, right? The Seattle Mariners came into town. I was super excited to see Julio Rodriguez. I shouldn't have been because my man robbed Tony Taters.
That was impressive.
One of the better catches you'll see, I'll be honest with you. But anyway, John Means started this game. I was really excited to see him against Bryce Miller. I was excited to see Bryce Miller too. As Elijah knows, I had Bryce Miller starting in my fantasy team.
I had John Means starting, so who had the better pitcher?
Not me.
Hey, but guess what? I lost and he won, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, John Means went 6 innings, gave up 2 earned, 4 strikeouts. Not bad game, right? Bryce Miller on the other hand, gave up 5 runs for 4 earned, and 5 and a piece. Bryce Miller's really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
he's a good pitcher. Their entire rotation's amazing.
The Orioles, I don't know if somebody just ticked them off or something because everybody like came ready to go. The crowd was crazy, everybody.
Let's put it this way. Me and Cody went to game 1 of the ALDS last year, and that's the only game I've been to that had more people than the playing game on Friday.
Yeah. I think there was actually I think I should have it right here. There were 38,882.
Yeah.
I mean, that was... And you got your jersey. Yeah, we got our jerseys.
70th anniversary celebration.
Yeah. I mean, so anyway, it was a fun day.
It was really great. And I mean, we started off pretty bad. Rough first inning from Means. But it doesn't matter when you have Gunnar Henderson, who doesn't... It doesn't matter. Pay him what... As Cody said, pay him whatever he wants.
I don't know what he was.
It doesn't matter, though. David Rubenstein's rich. Sell the Magna Carta.
Yeah.
Get this.
Yeah.
But home run, center field. It was great. And then they just piled it on 2 singles after that. Then they had the Mountcastle with then error, but it doesn't matter. Then Cowser hit a nice double, which I think that's what snapped him out of his slump that he's been in. But like you said, Bryce Miller's good. And after that 5-run first inning, we had nothing against him.
Yeah. Then their bullpen came in, shut us down.
Yeah. Well, until the 7th.
Yeah.
When let's look at this. You think this is a good line of events? So Jorge Mateo triple, Gunnar Henderson.
Oh, that was
triple.
Awesome.
Yeah. Adley Rutschman double. Austin Hayes pinch hit double. Is that pretty good?
That was awesome. No, dude, when if you weren't there when Adley was rounding second, like not rounding second, but he was almost a second. everybody's yelling 3.
Yeah.
He's been blown. He would have been blown away.
He would have been 3 steps off second
I
base.
mean, but people wanted to see him try. Can we get 3 triples in a row?
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. It was impressive because Gunnar shouldn't have been a triple at all.
Yeah.
He legged that out. And I would just like to say, I don't know how Austin Hayes has been doing like per at bat lately, but the 2 games I went to, he was 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. So Austin, if you want to keep up that hot streak, you want to buy me a few tickets, I'll be willing. I know you're out there somewhere.
Right. Dude, gotta love it.
But yeah, like you said, Means didn't do great, but didn't do terrible. Had a solid. If we could get 6 innings, 2 runs from Means, that's a good day.
I agree.
But and then we'll talk about it later. But this may have been the last Michael Baumann appearance.
I think so.
But now we'll get sad.
Yeah. Yeah. So come Saturday, the Orioles obviously are in the middle of their series with the Mariners. We have Grayson Rodriguez, who pitched a heck of a game. Amazing against Luis Castillo, who is also a good pitcher. The Mariners have, I mean, every starter they put out there. So
yeah, I actually Mariners are. I was looking up their stats, looking up this. They're top 10 basically in any stat, from ERA to WHIP to batting average against, just basically anything. They're really good.
Yeah. Grayson did great. I mean, goes 6, gives up 1 hit, 7 strikeouts. His only big thing is he walked 3. So
Which, yet again, first game off the IM.
Yeah, I get it. But that's why he couldn't go anymore.
Oh yes. Yeah. But and it wasn't even a good hit. It was a little infield dribbler from Julio.
Yeah. Right. And then obviously Danny Coulomb comes in, gives up 2, and then Albert Suarez comes in, gives up a hit. Cano comes in, gives up 2. The only issue I have, not issue, like you want to get on Hyde about bullpen management, but that was our all-star bullpen.
This game is the one you're gonna have 2 or 3 times a year. It's you. Hyde didn't do anything wrong.
No.
We were winning. He went to the guys that are 95% of the time good. This is that 5%, and it's just unfortunate that our 2 best relievers both had their worst game of the year.
Yeah.
The same.
Yeah. If I would have said, hey, our bullpen gave up 4. Here's the guys that pitched: Coulomb, Suarez, Cano, and Perez.
It's Perez.
Yeah, you would think Perez probably gave up all 4.
Yeah.
Perez did good. He went the longest. He almost went 2 innings. He got us 5 outs. You know,
I mean, I wouldn't say good. He's the one that gave up. Cano left the game.
That's true. That's true.
He gave up the inheritance.
You're right. I did forget that.
But offense didn't do great. I mean, we had a sac fly and RBI single early to get us the 2 runs. Gunnar had a home run against Andres Munoz in the 9th with 2 outs. And this is what I was talking to Cody about this before we came on here, and it's just something I want to talk about. So Adley Rutschman, he struck out to end the game, right? And I tuned in. I didn't get to watch this game, but I watched that last at bat, and I had a realization that I'm sitting here, and it's been terrible to be an Orioles fan for so many years, and obviously it's great now, but I don't think we can get too caught up on us. We're 2 games behind the Yankees. Oh, we have the 3rd best record in baseball. Oh no, we need to be number 1. I see this Adley Rutschman at bat where he struck out. I was thinking in my head, 50-50 shot, it's a home run here. There's no way in 2019 anybody's thinking that. But half of Orioles fans are confident we're coming back from that game with 2 outs, down to 1 in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
Which that's just a credit to these guys that we can even leave.
Yeah, I think that definitely the hard part about being an Orioles fan is we're so used to looking at the glass half empty.
Yeah.
Like I do that the worst. Like I'm like, oh, here we go, we're gonna lose 10.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I've lived.
You said that last night.
I've lived for 30 years. You know, like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just when's this?
I mean,
we're gonna screw this up?
Let's also be grateful because so Cody's wearing his Birdland Powerhouse shirt that he got many years ago, and this is supposed to be our 6 best power hitters.
Yeah.
Could you name our 6 best hitters today? Maybe our worst in that list is Austin Hayes or Anthony Santander. Pedro Alvarez is on that shirt. Like, that's what we were really good to.
Yeah, and we used to talk like this was the glory years, and what we won 1 playoff series. Yeah, we won 1 playoff.
Yeah, we swept Detroit, I think.
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah. So
Bellman double.
God, now we're like, dude, we better make it to a World Series.
Yeah,
I
feel like a Yankee fan.
Back then we were like, oh, we better we
make a wild card.
We make a wild card spot. This is the best year of my life.
We be above 500.
Best year. Yeah, but that's a good point. That's
just like we need it. Like it's not just Orioles fans. It's me too.
Yeah.
There's times where I'm like, Dean Kramer gave up 5 runs. Trade him.
Yeah.
Well, I did. Last night made me mad. I'll get to that when we have that game. But
Yeah, with Cole Irvin and
Randy Johnson, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But we'll move on from that game. We lost it.
We lost. We don't like to talk about this.
But we won.
Sunday we came out. We did great. George Curry, another amazing pitcher, pitched for the Mariners. And we had, God, who do we have? Oh yeah, Corbin Burns. Apparently, with Corbin Burns pitches, we can't hit. Well, that changed
Finally, against one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Against a great pitcher. Yeah. Luckily, but anyway, everything kind of lined up how we needed it to.
Yeah.
Corbin gave us 6 innings. He could only go 6. You know why? He's thinking struck out 11. Like when you're striking that many people out.
No, it's because there's 2 Corbins that we'll see.
Okay.
This is our 2 Corbins. There's the Corbin that's going to go 5 to 6 innings, give up 1 or 2 to 3 runs probably, but get only 3 hits, but 2 Ks maybe. Or there's this Corbin. There's this Corbin. He's going to go 6 innings, give up a run or 2, give up 7 hits, I believe it was, but give up quite a bit of hits. But then, he struck out 11.
Yeah.
Look at that. Because, unless you get absolutely filthy Corbin like opening day when he gave up 1 hit and struck out 11 too.
Yeah.
It's just...
I'll take either one.
He's so good.
Yeah, I'll take either one.
I'm so grateful to have him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, one of the big stories here was definitely, we have Gunnar hitting a home run, obviously, in the first, again. That was his 15th of the year. Hearn got his 6th of the year in the third. Did great. Everything's good. But to me, the big story here was really at the end of the game when Kimbrel came in and was able to notch his 9th save of the season.
Yeah.
And he looked good. I mean, the first batter, everybody like me was nervous. I think the first batter got to a full count, I believe. But other than that, he came in for an inning, got 2 strikeouts. Really was thanking God that he got those 2 because it was the 7, 8, 9 batter. So I really didn't want Julio Rodriguez to have to come back up.
Yeah.
It's
a perfect situation for him, I think. Yeah. Not a great bomb of the offense. Just get him a nice save situation.
Yeah.
There's 2 things I want to take away from this game, other than just like Gunnar being amazing. I think this is the Cedric Mullins game.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping this is his breakout. He had 2 singles, both were RBIs.
Yeah.
And he just did really good.
Yeah, I think I'll be honest with you. Since the last time we've talked, I think the biggest thing that has happened is Hayes has come out a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? He's hitting the ball a little bit better. We had 2 doubles this past week with limited at-bats.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, not bad. You have Mullins, who's in a deep slump. He's come out a little bit, right? Santander is still about there. I mean, but like I just said, he's hurt. But the big news is that. And then even Stowers got a hit the other night.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where this week it was up and down kind of. But I will say we've seen some people starting to get it going.
And then back to the pitching side, though, there's one more thing that we need to bring up, and it's kind of become a big problem in our bullpen. Jacob Webb, he was someone that when Kimbrel was struggling, people were asking him to be a closer.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's doing terrible, but he's done really bad in his last 3 appearances, including this past one. These 3 runs that we gave up, 2 of them were him.
Really?
The game we went to on Friday night against the Mariners, he faced 3 batters, only got 1 out, and then I had to come out of the game.
Right.
And then he came in on Wednesday against the Blue Jays when I was there, and he walked 3 batters.
Yeah, I was just happy that when he came in and had to get pulled, that I was getting a soft pretzel and I didn't have to watch that. Thank God.
Yeah, don't worry. I was waiting in line for a chicken sandwich when Means had his best innings.
Yeah, well, you should have stayed out there.
Yeah.
No, he did. But yeah, you're right though. You're right. We definitely have to figure something out on the bullpen side of it, and yeah, we'll see. I don't know if anybody can hear that, but my dogs are running in and out, so gotta love that. Duke and Remy, gotta love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm having a trade deadline. But yeah, so man, what's his name over in Miami would be a great guy to get.
Are you talking about Tanner Scott?
Tanner Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's who I...
Or there's someone we're playing right now that I take. Ryan Hesley.
Oh, Ryan Hesley. Yeah, I agree.
I think it's just you got to wait till close to the deadline.
Yeah, because they're going to want a lot right now.
The only team that knows what they're doing is the Marlins. But the problem is everyone's asking for them, so they're probably going to be, a lot. But
Sadly, you know who else needs bullpen help?
Everyone.
New York.
Everyone does.
You know?
Yeah, no, I will say it's rough. I'm not a Yankees fan. There's one person on the Yankees I will root for. That's Clay Holmes, just because he's on my fantasy team, and he hadn't given up a single run, and then gave up about 3 runs the other day against I think it was the Rays or something like that.
Yeah.
Or no, it was against the Mariners. The Mariners were down 4 in the ninth inning, and came back and ended up winning the game. Yeah, they scored all those runs against him. He got me negative 17 points. I wasn't gonna win anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But
moving on, let's jump to Monday. Monday we played the Cardinals. We actually are in St. Louis. We're playing the Cardinals, who are not good at baseball right now. And
they beat us.
And
so we
probably
not say that.
Yeah, no, but their record shows that they got 2 maybe future Hall of Famers in Goldschmidt and Arenado. Luckily they're not hitting very well right now. Well, Goldschmidt's not. Arenado's doing fine. But man, this game sucked. I don't know a better way to say that. Dean Kramer pitched, not good.
Worst start of the year. Yeah.
Sonny Gray pitched, best start of the year.
Yeah, no. I mean, I have, as you can see in our notes that we have here, my first line was just bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were over here celebrating my aunt and his wife's birthday, and it was bad. It was real bad. Dean Kramer, he looked really bad.
Really bad.
And he's been fighting a blister. I guess
he keeps looking at it. I'm like,
and I don't know if that's the problem. Yet again, how about this? Yeah, like you said, we have plenty of pitchers. This is my thing. Have I not been talking about a lot? I don't know if you guys know, but I like Cole Irvin. I've been talking about him a lot. Why is he in the bullpen if Dean Kramer started? If there's any little bit of an injury, he's going to hurt us more than he's going to help us.
Yeah, and normally I am a Dean Kramer fan, and a hater of, not a hater, because I don't hate.
Yeah.
Irvin. I just don't believe it.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean,
what else is there?
This is the second game in a row.
Yeah, and it's because the problem is when our offense isn't at its peak, we can't make up for it. When our offense is grooving, it doesn't matter because we could score 10 runs.
Yeah. But
also when you have Sonny Gray's a good pitcher. He was second in AL Cy Young last year, so it's pretty good. But he threw a no-hitter into the 5th. That's ridiculous. Luckily, Gunnar Henderson. Because tell me how Gunnar Henderson, it's a 3-run home run, and that broke up the no-hitter. We had 2 runners on base. They both were on by errors.
Yeah.
Which takes me back to Gunnar. He leads the league in homers. Yeah, which is pretty great. Yeah. If he doesn't win an MVP, I don't know how.
Yeah, he just has to keep it going, man. It's the 16th time of the year. He's leading the league right now.
Yeah. Let's just. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. That's gonna be bad. I was gonna be like,
you just said
best shortstop of Orioles history.
Oh yeah. Woo!
Not yet.
I got a lot of Cal Ripken stuff in this room.
Yeah, no, not yet. But
not yet.
Look, if we resign him,
guys, I don't.
No, I'm kidding. I love. I never got to see Cal Ripken play, so it's slightly different for me. I love Cal Ripken. Yeah. I think it's hard, but also if Gunnar Henderson does this for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's never going to play as many games in a row as Cal. That's the one thing Cal will always have. And Cal's always going to be the best. Like, he was the best at the time. He was the guy, but we'll see. Gunnar's the guy right now.
Yeah, he is the guy right now. You're right.
But yeah, no. So me and Cody were actually talking. He thought he was going to get me with this question earlier, but we went to St. Louis in, 2022?
Yep.
To watch the Orioles play the Cardinals. And it was actually interesting that we got to see Kyle Bradish's first win as an Oriole.
First win
in MLB.
And we thought, we were so disappointed in the pitching lineup that was coming through.
Yeah.
Because it was Kyle Bradish, who we didn't really know much about, against Packy
Naughton.
Packy Naughton.
Which we only remember that name because
his name's Packy Naughton.
I'm trying to look up his stats right now. I want to know when the last time he played Major League.
I don't know, but the big thing about that was it's really when the Orioles started turning around. Then around that time. But we did get to see Yachty play. That was kind of cool. And I got to see Albert Pujols stand in the dugout because, of course, he didn't play.
Don't worry, I went to Anaheim and saw him, Ohtani, and Trout all hit home runs in the same game
against the Orioles.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So this is Packy Naughton's career stats: 4.98 ERA in 59 innings. He hasn't pitched since 2023.
Since in 2022 when
he threw 5 innings in 2023.
Yeah. Poor Packy.
Hey, he had 0 ERA though. He is like a 6 ERA in the minors this year though.
I don't know. Is he? Who's he on? What team?
He's still with
the Cardinals.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, anyway, so hopefully Tuesday night or Tuesday Tuesday night. Yeah, the Orioles are played the Cardinals, and that game we will go over next week on the podcast. And of course, Kyle Bradish. The reason I brought that up is Kyle Bradish is pitching that game also. So we shall see how that goes.
And then I have some notes here at the bottom, some news and notes we could talk about.
News and notes
to round out the podcast. The first one here, the first two, one's probably not going to be as more sad. This one makes me sad though. Ryan McKenna is a San Francisco Giant.
Oh
no, hey, he's been with us for a while. Come on, be nice.
Yeah, dude, he's been with us for a long time.
Drafted in 2015, the Duquette era.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's surprising because you really think about it, there's not many people that Dan Duquette drafted that are still around.
Yeah.
That's just because it's bad.
So we designated him for assignment because he had no more options, and the San Francisco Giants picked him up, which is kind of weird because we did this earlier this year, and he actually passed through waivers. Yeah. Right. So so nobody picked him up. I guess the Giants are just that hurt. They lost their center fielder for the full year. The guy they got from the KBO, Korea Baseball League. So maybe they just need depth. They have to keep him up there, or he'll go back to waivers, and we'd, I guess, be able to have a chance to get him back if that's a thing. But yeah, I mean, still, he was an Oriole.
I have a question for you.
We got.
I'm not sure if this was the last. I would have to. I'm pretty sure this is the last. Who is the last outfielder to be designated for assignment by the Orioles and claimed by the Giants?
How did you look that up?
You know this. Your wife used to be obsessed with him.
No.
He had a triple against the Orioles with the Giants that year.
People used to chant his name.
Joey Bats. Not Matt.
Not Joey Bats. No, Joey. Oh, Joey. Oh my God, what's
Rickard?
Joey Rickards. Yeah,
Rickard. Yeah,
dude, I forgot about him.
Yeah, no, because I remember I figured he got DFA'd because I knew he was on the Giants, so I went to look up 2019.
Man,
I miss him.
Wow, that's a guy that I totally forgot.
Tell me Ryan McKenna isn't Joey Rickard.
Yeah, that's the same.
But yeah, no, I have some stats for Ryan McKenna as the lifetime Oriole so far. Let's just say he was killing it this year. In 8 at-bats, he had a 342 OPS plus, 1.5 OPS. He didn't do much, but he had 2 home runs. I got to see one of them.
Yeah.
But career, he's a 224 hitter and 455 at-bats for the Orioles. He's got 45 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, 8 home runs, one of which was a walk-off against the Mariners last year. Remember that?
Tell me that McKenna's not the guy that when you get to the game and you see the lineup and you see McKenna in it, you're like, God sakes, who did he take out?
Yeah, no, I did that the first game I went, and then he hit a home run to shut me up. So.
Yeah, oh man, McKenna's playing no matter who it was.
Yeah,
that's not the guy that you wanted to see.
I mean, he's been here for a while, so it's sad to see him go. Hopefully, I hope him success.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Unless he plays the Orioles.
Yeah, and then I hope he goes out for 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ground ball to shortstop.
Yeah. No, strikeout.
No, I was trying to be nice. First pitch. He only sees 3. He saves their pitch count.
Yeah, okay. How about
fly out to left field?
And we intentionally walk him so it doesn't affect any pitch count, and then he just stands in the middle, first and second, and gets tagged out.
Okay. Mine was more realistic.
And then the next one, it's a little less sad for me. Mike Bauman's been DFA'd, and if I had to assume, it's going to be claimed.
Yeah, he has to be claimed. I mean, he's still in 97, 98. I don't know if it's like the most hittable 97, 98 ever, because it seems like it. I don't know. Like, you would see him just 98 missile off. Like, I mean,
with the White Sox hurt from claiming him, like, just paying the league minimum to throw a couple innings.
He's gonna be the best closer in baseball for some team.
You know what? And as long as we get Felix back by then. But now he was also Dan Duquette era draft pick. Was a former top pitching prospect in our system, and this year his stats surprisingly aren't as bad this year and even last year.
The last few he's been decent.
Yeah, he's done better this year. He had a 3.44 ERA and 18.1 innings, 109 ERA plus, 1.4 WHIP, and even last year he had a 3.76 ERA and 64 innings. He struggled in 21 or 22, but he's going to be missed. Not as much. It's just, the problem is
he said he's going to be missed. Not as.
I mean, I like McKenna more than him. Bauman, scared's always going to do something. But I mean, it's kind of hard though. He was clearly, he was clearly the lowest guy in the bullpen. He had the least trust. He wasn't even pitching that much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I mean, Grayson Rodriguez or Mike Bauman. Yeah. I still don't forgive him for what he did to us against the Mariners last year. Do you remember that game?
Who? Mike Bauman?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, you remember the Cedric game?
Yes.
Yeah, he was the one that gave up.
Let him come right back.
He's the one that gave up the one that Cedric robbed, and then the next batter actually hit one.
Yeah. And then
Cedric won the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was doing so bad. I was begging begging him to come out and Cedric go pitch.
Right.
But he's gone now. So
bye.
We'll see. Hey, he might not. He might pass the waivers and go to AAA.
He might. I would be shocked.
I would be. If the White Sox or Rockies.
If he passes through waivers, then everything Elijah's ever said about hating him is right. And that he's just trash. Yeah.
Yeah, but and then so next year.
So next week on the podcast,
Now,
Mike Bauman.
Mike Bauman again. There's certain players that we could not have on the podcast because either my hate for them or Cody's hate. Like I can guarantee you, Orioles fans, there's a certain bench coach for the San Diego Padres that'll never step foot on this podcast.
Ryan Flaherty.
I love him.
He was terrible.
I love him.
He's not a good baseball player. He's probably a great coach though.
Oh yeah, he seems like it.
And he's probably a great person.
Yeah,
probably.
And then so I have a question here that's just been floating around. Brandon Hyde's been talking about a little bit. What do you think of a 6-man rotation?
Okay. I like it. I mean, as long as we have a solid 6.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard one of the ideas is, I don't know if it's a guarantee yet, is that it's going to be a 6-man rotation for everybody except Burns. Burns is still going to pitch on 5.
And I think you could even bump that up. Like I definitely think that's the right move because you want Burns to pitch as much as possible.
Yeah.
I mean
because this is his last year with us, so we might as well use him up.
Use him. Yeah. If he gets Tommy John next year, it doesn't matter. We're not going to have him.
Yeah, that'd be the year we sign him to a 7-year.
Yeah. It'll be August. We sign him to a massive deal, and his arm falls off. He has to retire.
Tackle.
That's our luck.
Yeah.
Chris Davis.
Yeah.
Don't
his arm must have fell off.
Yeah.
Mine as well. But yeah, so like I said, I don't mind it. As long as we have a solid 6
which
put out there.
I think you would. I think you'd run Burns, G-Rod, Bradish Means, Kramer, and Irvin.
Yeah.
And I think because this is the main problem is if we're looking at our schedule in June, the end of May is not too bad because we got one series away against the White Sox, come back home against the Red Sox, and then we have an off day. That's our last off day, though, until June 17th. We play 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 series in a row. And let's just say they're not easy series. We play the Rays, Blue Jays, Rays, Braves, and Phillies. Oh, don't worry. After that off day, it's just the Yankees, Astros, Guardians, and Rangers.
And we lost to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Don't worry, we'll get swept by the White Sox and then not lose a single game in the month of June. That's how we'll be somehow. Except to the Yankees. We'll get swept by them, but beat everybody else. But yeah, I think the 6-man rotation is definitely going to help. I'd be interested to see what they do with the bullpen. I'm almost interested to see, though, if it's a thing that, say, you have that last start spot's Irvin, maybe, and then, say, Kramer has a bad day, can only go 3 innings. You bring Irvin in a day early and have him try to be a bulk bat, take 4 innings up, and then just go right to Burns next day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, and we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other issue is Cade Povich is pitching amazing in AAA right now.
Do you have the stats up?
No, I don't have the stats up. I've just been watching him.
He has a 2.08 ERA and 47 and 2/3.
I mean, man.
65 Ks, 105 whip. Like, he is killing it.
Yeah. The only thing I don't want to happen there is that I think the worst thing you can do is bring him up and put him in the bullpen.
I mean, that's sorry to break it to you. Albert Suarez is not making our playoff bullpen. Cade Povich will be our playoff bullpen. I almost guarantee it.
I just don't want to DL haul him,
I mean, it worked for us with DL Hall. It didn't work for the Brewers. It worked for us.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Joey Ortiz is killing it.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Which is good for him.
Yeah, he's doing great.
But and then another farm note I have here is Kobe Mayo, who sadly got injured.
Yeah.
Crazy play, ran into the dugout and caught a pop fly, but I think he fractured his ribs.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that's just something that he's not going to need surgery for.
Yeah.
But it's just you need weeks to recover.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. It's going to take a couple weeks for him to recover.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a guest joining us.
Yeah, a dog.
But yeah, it's going to take a couple weeks and he'll be back. It definitely pushes him back. This may make him not be an Oriole at all this year.
Yeah, maybe. At least till August.
It's going to be And the problem is by then you're trying to make that playoff push. Do we have room to bring up a rookie?
Yeah, probably not.
So it'll be interesting how they play. I mean, it all depends. I don't know. We'll see.
Just frustrating because I think he was the next guy.
I do too.
I mean,
him or Norby.
So one thing I want to go over really quick too is I'm pretty impressed with Mateo right now.
Yeah.
Mateo's done a really good job at second. Defensively, amazing. It's like having, I was going to say it's like having two shortstops, but it is having two shortstops. The way that he is able to help Gunnar, especially on balls up the middle and everything. Him and Gunnar had a cool flip play the other day.
They communicate well.
But the biggest thing I'm saying is it's really making it so you're not missing Jackson too much right now.
Yeah.
Because Mateo's hitting decent.
He's hitting enough.
And
more than enough.
Yeah, and I mean more than what's his name? Our gold third baseman. Who
I will give all credit to Hyde. Hyde likes to use everybody. Arias has barely been playing.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be. I know you want to start him because he's got great defense, but when you can't hit the ball, we have too many good infielders.
Yeah.
We can't bench Westberg.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with Jorge Mateo and what he's been providing, especially because that's usually some of the hate that Orioles fans like to give is to him. But I mean, my man, he plays at almost every position, so he's gonna be on our team. So
that's like I would not be surprised if you see Jorge Mateo here in 2 years.
Yeah,
because if he keeps up what he does here, just average, he's an average offensive producer. He is at MLB average. That's enough.
Yeah.
With the speed that he brings, even if he's a deep bench bat and you bring him in for pinch hits and defense, that's enough. Because like you said, he's playing great second base. He could play center field.
Yeah.
He can play shortstop. And I don't think people realize not just how hard it is to play multiple positions, even though shortstop and second base are right next to each other. It's a completely different position. Everything's different.
Yeah, especially footwork. I mean, you're pivoting on that right foot real hard and throwing across your body for most of the time. Really difficult. But anyway, I mean, I'm just really impressed with him. Good. I bet, he just seems like a great teammate too. I'd tell you another guy that I'm really impressed with right now is Austin Hayes, and the way he's acting in the dugout and stuff. He's still a team leader.
Yeah.
It just seems like Hayes, Mullins, Mateo, the threat is real, of losing your spot, but it's definitely winning first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like a really healthy.
Yeah, and I think our clubhouse is really, really good right now. I definitely think the losing Bowman's going to take a hit to that because I think he was a big clubhouse guy. And that's the only thing that worries me going into the next few years is luckily you have all these young guys who are already with Rutschman, Henderson, Kauser, Westbrook. They already know all the young guys. But when you start losing the Mullins and Santander, they start in the next couple of years when they go out of ARB, if we don't re-sign them, I think you need the veteran leadership. One, I just hope it's not too much of a culture shock to change it. Say for some reason we trade Mullins, I don't want that to cause us to go on a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah. I agree.
I think that's the biggest worry right now as an Oriole.
Yeah. I have a little, before we head off, I have a fun story. So in the Orioles dugout at St. Louis, there's a sign that says no water hoses in the dugout, right? And it was put there by Kyle Gibson as a joke, everybody. He was on our team last year. He was actually one of the founders
of the
homer hose. Really funny. It was a nice interview on the other day with Kyle Gibson, just talking about how
he's a great guy.
Yeah, I do miss him. Sadly, I don't miss him on the mound that much, even though he's doing good. Yeah. But that's not why. I just feel like he was dude. I would love for him to put him as a pitching.
Oh yeah, that would be make up some job for him.
Yeah.
He's the mound raker.
Mound raker, right? Yeah, and we'll pay him. Yeah, but
pay him league minimum to sit on the IL and just be in the dugout.
Right. Yeah. So, but that was pretty funny. Love to see that. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I hope next time we talk to everybody that we have good news about the St. Louis Cardinals series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, boy, I hope so. But yeah, guys, until then, it was great seeing you. We definitely hope you enjoyed our podcast today, and definitely hope you can come see us next week. here on the Utah Street Banter. Please definitely make sure you follow us and on all of our social media sites. We have Facebook, X, Instagram. We're on YouTube, at
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure if on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and YouTube, like us, follow us, give us a 5-star review.
On social media, DM us, message us with any questions, any topics you want us to bring up. Anything you reach out to us, we'll definitely mention it on air.
We'll definitely try to. And but until then, it's great seeing everybody. We hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yep. See ya.
See you guys.